show you how things are coming along. So we've gotten our entire hallway installed completely, and I'm going to do a little turnaround so you'll see that the front door, you know, everything coming in from the front door all the way to the hallway, and then we've also got our stairwell done as well. Okay, this is our bathroom. We just got that finished as well. Took the light fixture down, which I'll show you a little hack to do with that as well. Some of the things that I wanted to just kind of make a note of for you. Number one, this is a very simple project. You can just literally get started with some of the tools that we talked about in the first video, but it is also very tedious, and I want you to understand that. There were a lot of things that we didn't understand were going to take so long. For example, there are a lot of cuts in our hallway and in our bathroom that we had to make. So Chris spent a lot of time making cuts to fit all of our little crevices in our hallway. You'll see, like, in between these two doors, we have a small space here. We could have took the easy way out and just put a long strip of wood down in here, but then as we were really looking at it, we knew we had to do the cutouts like separate pieces of shiplap as well. And I think it gives a really great finish all the way around, but it took more time because you have to make all of those cuts. In the bathroom, there's a lot of cuts that we had to make. So again, it was just tedious making all of the cuts. Now, once all the cuts were done and we had it all installed, of course, there were nail holes. I had to literally go in and fill them all. Again, I could have took the easy way out. I could have just primed it and painted over all of this wood and then just let the nail holes be. But I really wanted this to be perfect, right? And to have a finished look. So what I did is I took my handy dandy nail filler. I don't use the tube kind. I actually use a little container because it's easier for me. I took it and I went through every single nail hole in this entire place. Yes, I did. If my husband tries to tell you that he helped, he did not. Everybody seems to think that he does all the work. That is so not true. You guys know that I am the main worker here in this family. Anyway, so I filled every single one of these nail holes. It did not take long. I mean, it wasn't hard work. It was tedious. Did it take a little time? Yeah, it took one of my evenings to really get in here and to do it. If you guys see this blue on our walls back here, just understand, oh, and anyway, in a box of Chris's favorite beer. But anyway, I'm putting pictures up and I had to see how it was going to look. Okay, so back to our walls. Once I filled every single one of the holes, I had to go back, use my handy dandy sander, Roby, love it, and I had to go in and sand all of the nail holes smooth because I didn't want any bumps once I started to paint. So I have a orbital sander that is cordless, which I love. All right, so once I did that, I was ready to go. I was very excited, and then I figured out I made one other mistake, and that's why I'm doing this video. I want to make sure that you guys do not make the same mistake I did. When we cut every single one of these pieces of wood, we immediately cut it and then just went in and installed them on the walls. The step we missed that you should do when you cut each piece of wood, make sure you hand it over to whoever's working with you, or if you're doing it yourself, and use your handy dandy sander and sand the edges. Because once we installed every single one of these pieces of wood, I started to notice that my edges were fraying, right? Because we never sanded them. So it had the cut marks, and so they were fraying. So I literally had to take a piece of sandpaper and go through every single one of these edges because I'm a perfectionist. So again, if anybody ever needs me to come do anything at your house, just know it'll be done right because I'm a perfectionist. And I went in and used my sandpaper and I sanded every single crevice in here to make sure that nothing was fraying, and it looked basically perfect. So our next step today, and that's why I have my little do-rag on and I'm ready to go, is because we're going to be painting. So some of the things that you're going to need to get started with painting is you have to have a good primer. And you got to have your coffee for sure, right? So I have my Zinsser primer, and then I chose to go with General Finishes milk paint. And on top of that, you're going to need, like I was saying, your wood filler, to fill in all your holes, your sandpaper, your Roby or whatever sander you use. And then I always like using the foam brushes. That's my thing, and I like the smaller ones. So that's what we're using today. And of course, you have to make sure you have your coffee. So I'm ready to go. I'll be back with you guys in 2 and 2 to show you how the paint job is coming along. Thanks for listening in, and hopefully this will help to make your project even easier. And as you can see, just so you know, it's just me today. Chris is not here. So again, if any of you think that Chris does all the work, you are so wrong. It is Yvonne. It's Yvonne Johnson that does the work in this household. Okay, talk to you later.